When Kent Hovind, again, shows a picture of his wife and then says, "That's not my wife, that's just a picture of her," somebody in the audience might think, "What a dumbass." But Kent Hovind realizes that there's a distinction between a picture of somebody and that person the picture depicts. It's not possible to be deceived and think that a picture is a representation of what things look like in real life when it actually doesn't, like 3D graphics. What the hell are you getting at? I've also heard that pornographic images are manipulated, so you think you are looking at an image of a real woman. You may be wrong and therefore deceived by demons such as Satan. Which part? What is he talking about? Is he talking about sex changes, or is he talking about breast implants, or Botox, lip injections, ass implants? What part is the demon? The truth is, a real woman can be a real blessing, while a woman in a magazine is fake. Use the technique to get a woman. There's nothing wrong with that, since you're not manipulating somebody's mind or making them do bad thing. Wait, the technique? Does he mean, "You will have sex with me"? Sex! 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 Is that the technique he's talking about? Willing her to fuck you? And that's not wrong, since you're not manipulating their mind or making them do bad things. But fucker. Okay, moving on. The reason why it's hard to have a willingness to accept change is because you have old neural pathways that are wanting to be fed, and when you don't feed them, they feel hungry. And when you start a new neural pathway, where'd it go? Fourth page, same paragraph. Okay. When you start a new neural pathway, there's no chemical rush yet for the new path, but there is for the old path. So you just explained to us why being raised since you were this big, that God did it, God did it, God did it, now you're just completely fucking shut out to everything. Thanks for sharing. Oh, fuck, not this again. People don't seem to realize the public schools and museums are the evolutionists' churches! You've just been babbling about it for fucking ever. Sperm and egg coming together and making a baby is not the same as macroevolution. It's the passing of genes and creation of a new life, and every single generation is transitional. So microevolution is macroevolution. So yes, it's the same. Sperm and egg deal with the same species, while macroevolution deals with different species. No, species generally tend to evolve from their selves into their next line, or evolve slowly and stay similar throughout the... you don't know shit about evolution. The processes of microevolution, variation, and macroevolution, change in species, are different. No, it's the same. It's just done many more times. And the differences are a little more obvious. Macroevolution is not just a lot of microevolution. So just fucking reject that. The mechanism behind macroevolution, increase in genetic complexity, is different from the mechanism of microevolution. You know, humans and apes, great apes, have a common ancestor. That common ancestor has 48 chromosomes. 2 of them merged into human, and we have 46. Or 2 pairs, I should say. It's that chromosomes work in pairs. That's why you always have even numbers of chromosomes. So, I don't see the increase there. And I forget exactly how many hundreds or just how ungodly of a number amoebas have of chromosomes. Microevolution is observed while macroevolution is not. Macroevolution, as it's been touted, has been observed plenty of times. There have been controlled experiments. God did not create decay, suffering, and death. Well, then who did, if God creates everything? All those were the result of man's sin, and God punished them by creating them. God created heaven on earth. Man's sin created decay, suffering, and death. You're getting confused with the story of Pandora's box. Get your myths straight. God, the omnipotent, all-knowing, all-powerful creature, had no fucking idea that putting the tree of knowledge over there, the snake that was walking around on its legs was gonna tell Eve, it's fine, and Eve, not knowing good or evil yet, would be completely at fault for not knowing good or evil yet, and eat the fruit and share it with Adam, and then, of course, God had to punish the snake by taking away his legs. So it's not only the story of original sin, but it's the explanation of why snakes don't have legs. But God never took away the snake's ability to talk, so I guess snakes have just been fucking with us for a while. Evolutionists should start their own private schools instead of using Christians' tax dollars to preach their religion in public schools. Yes, history is weird. Divergent evolution, a fancy name for microevolution. If your thinking is wrong, you will feel bad. For example, if you think a person's presence affects you negatively, you are thinking incorrectly. Stop thinking bad. God can use that person and your situation for good in the future. Know that. You don't settle anything you start. You just fucking keep talking. Also, if you feel bad after being stolen from, it's your fault that you feel bad because your thinking was incorrect. So when I got burglarized, it was my fault because I felt bad about it. Trust me, nothing is bad if you feel good. I feel like this guy's the technique is he's going to think good thoughts while raping someone, and if they feel bad about it, it's their own fault. What you want is a feeling anyways. But you can also want things, which is fine, smiley face. Back pain is not due to bad design. It's due to decay/bad cushioning. That's probably because we are severely living beyond our, I hate that fucking train. That's bad design, having a train so fucking close. You fucking spelled. Okay, fuck it, I'll read over the train. Also, with better design, we would look different. Probably not as upright as now. And the idea that the vertebrate could be stronger is not a really better design. It's just that we don't need stronger vertebrate. Vertebrae. Okay, not really. I broke my bone before, and God used that situation to show me a glimpse of how much Christ suffered on the cross for us. It would be more convincing if you said God went like this and your bone went dink and fixed itself. Everything happens for a reason anyways. If you had stronger vertebrate, you would have to eat more, since you would weigh more and therefore have to do more work to get to move around. So it's almost like you evolved to have the bones of that strength based on, calorie intake. Funny thing, Matt. In addition, there's nothing wrong with the vertebrate we have now. It's not too weak. It's perfect. Shit, fucking shit, fucking shit, fucking shit. On to another tangent. Tails. We didn't lose it because we didn't need it. A tail would be we didn't lose it because we didn't need it. Wait. A tail would be handy while driving, steer, tune the radio, and drink a Coke simultaneously. And with 2 bags of groceries while walking up, to the door. Wait. I can walk up to my door with 2 bags of groceries just fine. I don't even need my tail. What? To argue that stronger vertebrate is a better design is like saying that we should have lead feet because that's a better design. Actually, the best design argument, or counter-argument, I know, is the fact that we eat, drink, and breathe out of the same hole, making it very easy for us to, choke to death. And it would be a little better to have designed a eating hole and a breathing hole. Just to, keep people from dying so much. Lead feet would be heavier and not as agile as the feet we have now. No shit! Although it would be stronger, well, sure, it would be more likely to hit if it cannot be as agile due to the mass. It would be more likely to be hit if it cannot be as agile. Bottom line, we're fine the way we were created. And if something happens to us and part of us doesn't work, it isn't due to poor design. It's due to God working through all to teach us things in a non-condemning way. Just that burning in hell if you don't listen way. Just because something can get injured / and die, you don't need the / if it's the and after that. It doesn't mean the design was poor. Decay, suffering, and death started when man first sinned. existed for hundreds of thousands of years before you fucking decided even sinned. Be sure to fight injustice and fight back. Fight against all organizations, ideologies, etc. Where did this come from? For example, if an employee of a business treats you unfairly, try to shut them down and tell about the injustice over the internet. You know, because the entire company has to suffer for that one employee being a dick. Facebook works. Devote daily time to overturning the business in the best way that you can think of. Resources will come from unexpected resources. Resources will come from unexpected resources. I'd expect resources to come from resources myself. When you desire to do what's right, however, have the right intentions. Hope that you will send the right message without getting revenge on the person. Yeah, we get revenge on the whole fucking company, but not the person. Vengeance is the Lord's. He will repay. The Genesis 1 God repaying? Ouch. Didn't the punishment not come until Genesis 2? Fight for what's wrong. What? Fight for what's wrong. For example, just try to shut down the business for the purpose of showing a person that how he/she treated you was indeed wrong and that you are not just a nobody to be pushed around. Your advice is fight for the wrong person? Wrong for what's wrong? Fuck, get into the next page of this. What is this, page 5 now? Fucking same paragraph! Evolutionism versus creation. So, yeah, that's the end of that thought. Is not a scientific battle since no scientific evidence supports either view. For fuck's sake! Why haven't you forgotten how to breathe? Remember, we can't see the creation, we can't see the evolution! We've seen the evolution. Also, the evidence is open to interpretation. As all evidence is. And you have to take the evidence and draw conclusions from the evidence. Not take a conclusion and then grab as much of what you think is evidence to support it. It's a spiritual battle with eternity in the balance. Are you participating in the battle? Cute. And there's all these letters after everything. Also, remember that there is no such thing as total free speech in this country. According to Kevin Trudeau, who I love to suck his cock, I'm referencing Kevin Trudeau because of if the information is wrong. I want you to know that I don't personally believe this, but I don't suck his cock too hard. He was sued over $45 million for expressing his views, which includes the idea that drugs cause disease. I wonder why. And that the real problem behind sickness is the 4 reasons mentioned on this email and the other information. And 4 other information. So feeling bad is the reason. And demons. I think I need more information to figure out whether or not those lawsuits were justified. But if he was slandering anybody, I could understand him being sued. Remember, the media is controlled by people, and people have their own beliefs. If it was controlled by monkeys, it'd be more funny. If there hasn't been a single time in history that the majority was right, what makes you think the majority is right now? And if people are deceived, that doesn't mean they're less valuable. They're just as valuable as non-deceived people. If there is such a thing. Smiley face. Why the fuck? Update. Brakes are a multi-billion-dollar industry. Full hybrids use the motor to slow down the car and not the brakes as much. So make sure your brake pad and shoes on your hybrid really need replacing if you don't trust the maintenance dudes. Just trying to help. Smiley face. Random car assistance. There's the idea that what we show in car showrooms is a result of what consumers have demanded. So it's not that the car companies just design cars without consumer input. Also, it's a lie to think that consumer demand cannot change the auto industry's production habits. What types of cars they produce. Whoever said it was. When you think someone is sexy, they're not really sexy intrinsically. For example, kids may see a sexy person, but not know what sexiness is. Sexiness has nothing to do with looks and everything to do with mindset. So it's just that all the Hollywood stars that are ranked as the most beautiful people in the world, they just, it's just the mindset that those specific people are sexy. If you change your mind, Jabba the Hutt is a hunk. People are taught how to view people. It's also a lie to believe that if a woman dresses immodestly, they cause you to lust. No, it's your choice. I'm not trying to imply that lusting is wrong, however. Make up your mind! No, it's your choice. I'm not trying to... however, I'm also not trying to imply that lusting is right, either. I have no opinion. Why are you reading this? I don't know! Smiley face. Smiley face. A habit can be developed where you think of people with less and less sexual thoughts. I'm not trying to imply it's wrong to see your wife/husband as a sexy, however. Could you be a little less schizophrenic? This is fucking... When you listen to music and you feel bad, it's not that the music makes you feel bad, it's just out of habit. You begin to focus on what you don't want to happen when you listen to certain kinds of music. And when you focus on what you don't want, you feel bad. And you told me this already, shut up! The idea that boys are boys because of hormones... Listen! Just because there is a correlation between immorality and hormones doesn't mean that hormones are causing boys to be hornotards. Or horntoads. Another explanation is that Satan/demons are possessing the boys and causing them to have lustful passions. Ah, my satanic boner is acting up again! How do you respond to some of this? However, these passions can be resisted by choosing not to lust. Go away, Satan! Down, boy! Down! The non-existence of anything cannot be proved. Think about it. If a person believes that evolution is preached in schools and museums around the world because it is the truth, that person is deceived. How? This is... I know he's not responding to anything I say, but this feels like trying to debate with someone who holds these views anyway, because generally they don't listen to anything you have to say and just keep repeating the same shit over and over again. And just like how the American history taught in schools is preached, not proved. And all that shit they talk about in math doesn't prove anything. It's all opinion, theory. Ever heard of a world run by Satan? A deceived world? A lost world? Jurassic Park? Oh my god! No, not Jurassic Park, haha. It is like debating with someone. If you have a medical problem, remember, as long as you're feeling good, vibrating good, bzz, your situation can't be bad. Jesus can raise the dead, like himself, give sight to the blind, even if you have no real eyeballs. Oh my god, I see. It's black. Sight is good, and it comes from God. Therefore, even though your eyeballs work, God doesn't need to use eyeballs for you to see. Then isn't that kind of bad design? Because we have to keep blinking to keep them moist, and if they get stabbed, then we just let us see without eyes. It would be a hell of a lot easier. Amazing! If you're vibrating good, thinking about what you want, and believing you'll get them eventually, and when you believe that you will get what you want, you'll feel good. Come on, pitch me your book already! You're way past the point where I give a fuck anymore. That's what's coming in. If you're vibrating bad, that's what's coming in too. You get what you really, really want, and you also get what you really, really don't want. It's what you're focusing on and simultaneously sending out with your brain. In other words, shit happens. Still the same paragraph. When will it end?